What's up, my folks? I hope everyone is doing good today. Hanging out with Danny, starting to mature up nice. About ready for you to come to get him, Corey. About ready to start schooling that dog, teaching him about hogs. But anyway, folks, I hope y'all are doing real good. I'm gonna answer a few things. I had a couple emails about percentages, about what percentages are, how high, what percentage to expect and all that stuff. We'll get into that. And then I had a bunch of guys. I'm going to go ahead and answer about the shipping out of a country again. I had some questions about that. No, never again. I'll never send another dog out of country again. No more to Canada. Nothing. Once Tinker's gone, that'll be the only dog that I ever shipped to Canada in my life. I promise you that. I'll never go through that shit again. Um, you know, and it ain't happening. It ain't about the money, guys. I don't care how much money you offer me. Don't try to talk me into it. I don't care. It ain't worth it to me. I'd rather just I'm out here with the boys around the house, or you know what I mean, than do all that bullshit. Go through all that shit. I ain't doing it anymore. But anyway, your percentages. That's another thing. Dog men are fickle. They're like flaky as shit sometimes. So, and transporters are and everything. Everything's a fucking mess all the time. So, note, if your dog goes from Canada, they're going to have to come here and get it. But anyhow, your percentages are, it's a weird thing, man. You can take and give one man a dog and another man a dog. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing. If you're selling dogs, your percentages are going to go down straight up. Like mine now selling out, the percentages are going to go down because people make, just mistakes. I'm just being honest. It's all mistakes. It's all greenhorn mistakes. If you add them up, you end up fucking up dogs. So your percentages will go down. You got people that don't have that just ain't really thinking logically a lot. You know what I mean? You have all kinds of shit happen. I mean, I've seen them. Main things, starting a dog when he's not ready, trying to let him catch something when it's not ready, and starting him in a different environment. Riding them, you always got to travel to hunt anymore, you know what I mean? So it ain't like you're just walking out in your backyard and letting him catch a hog. So you're usually putting them in a vehicle and riding with them. Them not being used to being able to be rode. That's a big, big no-no. And then they get there, they look like shit, and taking one in and letting him hunt when he's not in good shape. That's another one. If you guys are seeing fucking hip bones, that dog's too low, man. He's not going to run good, and he's not going to look good. He's not going to be able to have no mouth. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how many times when I used to spray, back then when I used to spray, do pest control, I did a lot of flea treatments. He likes grading on that slate. Go ahead, bud. But I used to do flea treatments all over. You don't know how many times I would go to somebody's yard and he'd have his old, his younger males out. They would be pulled the fuck down, white gum, terrible looking from fleas. You know what I'm saying? About to fucking die. Do a flea treatment and see them 4 weeks later out there hunting a dog. One of them dogs, or a couple. I'm like, and then of course the dogs never look good. They look like shit. People talk shit about his dog, breeders and everything else. But, it's not really, it's mistakes. And it's going to make your percentages go down. And you're going to make mistakes too. Hell, we all do. We all do. They'll eat shit right in front of you and you don't realize it when you're, they'll shit out of tube sock. I'm telling you. It's just simple mistakes. Hunting them too close after worming, that's another thing too. If the dog's got parasites, especially hookworms, you can't even work him for 3 months after you cleared him up. He ain't worth a shit. He might look good. That's the thing. People look at the outside of everything. They don't understand there's an inside too. They got inside of their blood. You know what I mean? If a dog's blood isn't right, he's gonna overheat extremely fast, for one. He's not going to have any strength, for one. And, man, when a dog is overheating and weak and shit, unless you have been bear caught yourself, you don't understand what it does to you. They can't hardly focus. You know what I mean? They're all fucking dizzy looking and everything. And it can happen fast, especially if they've overheated before they even got to hunt. If they've been riding around in a box and ain't been ever been used to it, riding around the back of the truck, bouncing around in the sun, sitting out there, even sitting out there in the box waiting on, checking traps. If you ain't got him in a cool, let him stay hydrated, keep him cool, He's overheated before he even gets to catch out of the trap. You understand? And all them things make your percentage. It's experience is what's going to keep your percentages up, And dog men are flaky. You don't know. I actually look at it like this. I don't even count the dogs I sell out, really. I don't know what they're going to do with them until the people have them, and I get, they get some experience with them, and I know they can raise them and do good with them and understand them and all. Like, people don't understand. I spend a lot of time with my dogs to get them to the point that where they are calm, they listen, they handle, they work with me good, they work for me good, they trust me, we have a bond. Every one of these son of a bitches I do. Spend a lot of time out here, all my time. My friends get pissed off that don't have dogs. They don't understand it. Like, you can't go fishing Saturday? No, I gotta do some shit in the dog yard, But that's what I do. Or I gotta mess with the dogs, or I'm having puppies, or working the dog. It's always something with dogs, Quit. It's soft enough. Go lay over there. But it takes a lot of time. And that dog builds a bond with you. You have a young dog, like that. You can't just take that dog that's never been, like my dogs, ain't never seen a whole lot of people. They don't really like strangers until they get to know you. So you can't really take dogs like this out around a bunch of people at the fucking hog pen, and they're all looking at the people wondering what the fuck's going on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, it's like a schooling process. It's not about looking cool or making somebody else's dog don't look cool. It's funny, it ain't none of that shit. And when you got young dogs, it's a true schooling process. The whole thing, even getting him to the woods, is a schooling process. It's a slow process, and you want to make an enjoyable experience the whole time for him. If you get a dog there, a young dog, and he's acting spaced out and shit, calm him down. Give him time. Don't say, "Oh, fuck it, let's open the gate and let the hogs out." Give him time. Let him get to adapt into his environment a little bit. And if he don't adapt, don't mess with him. If he's just coming off of hookworms, don't fucking even think about hunting his ass for at least 3 or 4 months. 4 months minimum. There's a lot of things. Hunting them hard, and that's another thing people do, ruining good young dogs. They go through a real hard hunt, and then don't give them enough recuperation time. They still got to recuperate. Think about it. You can't hunt that son of a bitch until his legs fall off, and he's done running until you done run him so hard he's pissed blood out his kidneys, and then say fuck it and start running hogs with him again in just a couple months. It's hard on their body. You got to let their body heal. That's another thing. They look good on the outside, but you got to think about them innards too. That's where your percentages of good dogs are going to come from, people that understand all that. And if you can get a good clientele of people that understand all that hunt hard and hunting good woods and are realistic, you can make a line out of them, just like with that Tinker dog that I'm saying. That'll be the only dog that ever goes up there that I know of, unless they come and get one. But that bitch, he could make a whole fucking strain of them. That bitch is off of that damn frozen, that yellow bull stuff and Jack Sparrow on the bottom back to fucking tank. Off of Buster and Rita. And the only dogs off of Buster and Rita are here, and Pit Camp's got one in Texas. Big Henry's got one in Florida, and the Barber's got one in Florida, and that's it. And we got the rest. And out of that litter, Barber's just got his, the barbershop dog. She's cool, you know what I'm saying? The other two are hunting good. All mine will hunt good, and there was one that didn't make it. So that was one out of a good experience group. And I think the one that really didn't cut the mustard, he just, I don't know, man. You always get one that's fouled up. But I think the other ones were fine dogs and would hunt good, So, so sometimes you just got to get them spayed and get them home. You know what I mean? Sometimes they just ain't going to cut the mustard and be in the brood program. But all the other ones are in breeding programs. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. When experienced dog men that have a understanding of the dogs, you'll have better percentages than if you get, I've done it. You can't tell how people are. They just flaky. Some people are flaky, and then the dogs don't get a good rap, and then their percentages are going to go down. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't have common sense or an understanding of it. You know, that's why I make these videos, so you guys get a better understanding that these are flesh and bone animals. And, you know, the worst thing you can do is take a puppy, start catching hogs with him, bam, 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 and back to back to back to back. Eventually, that motherfucker will quit on you. I'm telling you. You keep bumping, you keep taking him and letting bump uglies with badass boar hogs. I mean, I know that's what they're for, but they gotta heal. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let their insides heal. That's another thing. I mean, and a lot of times people make mistakes and realize it after they're done. You know, there was a dog out of Rusty's litter, or the litter before Rusty, that was hunted, and do real badass dog, and eventually her insides just couldn't take it no more, you know. And they don't, now they understand that, you know. But it's a learning experience, but the dogs have to pay if you're not experienced. So that's the hardest part for us breeders, is finding people that got enough going on upstairs. And it's not an age thing. I got some young guys that are fucking on it, man. They are good. They are good ass, got their shit together. It's not, I found it's not an age thing. You can get guys that are old timers that had dogs that still ain't worth the shit, won't take care of them right, don't do them right. So it's hard to call percentages unless you keep your own dogs, all of them, or really in your tight circle, and you really trust the people with them, and then you can get a better understanding of percentages. But man, like me, like when I let them out to people I don't know, I kind of write that dog off in my head, man. Like, okay, we'll see what happens at the end, if they got it or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like a test of the men too, and a test of the dog all at once, you know. But anyway, folks, y'all take care, and y'all keep on bulldogging.